Hey boys and girls. You've been learning about George Washington, and today I wanted to share a story with you about Washington, D.C. And I want to read this story with you. And as you know, Washington, D.C. is our nation's capital. So this is, welcome to Washington, D.C. Here we go. Welcome to Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States of America. It is one of the most beautiful and impressive cities in the world. Unlike most cities, Washington was designed and laid out before many buildings were built. In 1791, George Washington chose the site on the Potomac River between Maryland and Virginia. He hired the famous French engineer, Major Pierre Charles Elephant to draw plans of the city. Now, over 500,000 people work in the capital city to keep the government running. The District of Columbia is about 67 square miles. So as you can see, here is Washington, D.C. There's the Potomac River that flows down through there. Congress meets in the Capitol building. Here, the senators and representatives that each state sends to Congress makes the laws of the U.S. inside of the rotunda. This round hall is 96 feet across. Look up 183 feet into the dome and you will see a painting of George Washington. This photograph shows the Capitol from East Capitol Street. Each newly elected president takes the oath of office during the inauguration on these steps. So there you go, right there. This is the Capitol from the mall on the west side. So over here is looking at it from the west side. To the left is the north wing where the Senate meets over here. To the right is the south wing where the House of Representatives meets. A flag flying above a wing. A wing is just an area. We've talked about that word. It's not like a bird's wing, but it's just an area. Talking about like our wing of a school was a side of the school. If the middle school wing would be the side of the part of the school. But this is talking about the right side of the building, the left side of the building. Okay, so this would be the right with the right is the south wing where the House of Representatives meets. A flag flying above a wing means that the House is in session. So when they put the flag up, it means that they're actually meeting at that point in time, they're working, they're talking in there. The lantern burning above the Capitol dome at night means that the Congress is in night session. Atop the lantern stands the statue for freedom. Pretty cool. Walk down the mall from the Capitol. Turn right at the Washington Monument. There you'll see the south side of the White House. The president's helicopter lands on the lawn behind the fountain. The children of presidents have run with their dogs, ridden their ponies, and played in the tree houses here. At Easter, Washington children are invited for the egg rolling party on the White House lawn. The White House was built in 1800 and has been the home of every president except George Washington. So this right here would be the home of every president, like I said, except for George Washington. This is the White House from Pennsylvania Avenue. It is often called the Executive Mansion. Many dignitaries and famous people have walked through these front doors to visit with our U.S. presidents. Nearly every day, news programs are broadcast from the lawn of the White House. Millions of tourists visit the president's home every year. Guides give tours through the first floor. Visitors can see the East Wing's famous rooms where presidents have held dinner parties, weddings, concerts, press conferences, and funerals. Tourists can't go into the West Wing. That is where the president has his offices. The second floor is closed to tourists because the president and his family live there. The second floor would be where the president and his family live. At the opposite end of the mall is the Capitol. From the Capitol is the Lincoln Memorial. This memorial was built to honor one of America's best known presidents. You can see right in there, it looks like President Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln. It stands in West Potomac Park, a place where Lincoln liked to walk alone at night. Lincoln led the U.S. through the Civil War. That war was fought between the northern and southern states. The 36 columns that surround the memorial stand for the states in the Union at the time of Lincoln's death. Lincoln was assassinated or killed on April 14th, 1865. And I think you're going to learn about or see again in second grade this Lincoln Memorial when you get to second grade. Veterans of all U.S. wars are buried in Arlington National Cemetery. Generals are buried next to privates and admirals next to seamen. Families of veterans are also buried here. On Memorial Day, a small American flag is placed on each grave. Arlington is named for Arlington House, home of General Robert E. Lee, leader of the Confederate Army during the Civil War. The house is on a hill overlooking the cemetery. It is open to the public. So there's the cemetery. Down the hill from Arlington House is the tomb of the unknown soldier. In the white marble tomb lies the body of a soldier killed in Europe during World War I. The soldier is called unknown because no one knows his name. In front of the tomb, 2 marble slabs mark the graves of unknown soldiers from World War II and the Korean conflict. The soldier standing to the right of the tomb is an honor guard. So this guy here, right here, is an honor guard. This is the tomb. Okay, it says the tomb is guarded night and day. So they would be guarding that tomb night and day. The grave of President John F. Kennedy is located in Arlington National Cemetery. Above the simple marker burns the eternal flame, which was lit at Kennedy's burial. Near the gravesite are Kennedy's famous words, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." So there's his grave right there. There's the words above it, or near his gravesite are the words. Not far from the entrance to Arlington National Cemetery is one of the most famous war memorials in Washington, D.C. It is the Marine Corps War Memorial. Many people call it Iwo Jima Memorial. This memorial represents the raising of the American flag on Mount Suribachi on the island of Iwo Jima during World War II. Over 6,800 Marines and 19,000 Japanese were killed in the Battle of Iwo Jima. The statue was modeled after a well-known news photograph from World War II. This photograph was taken when the battle was won in 1945. 5 Marines and a Navy hospital corpsman was raised the U.S. flag. Iwo Jima was returned to Japan in 1968. This monument of a flaming golden sword honors men who died in battle. Some of these men were members of the 2nd Division of the U.S. Army who died in World War I. The words under the sword say, "To our dead, 1917 through 1919. Later, the words honoring soldiers who died in World War II were carved on the left side of the monument. Those people who died in the Korean conflict were honored with words added on the right side. The monument is between the White House and the Washington Monument." And then we'll read some more tomorrow. Okay, so that's all for today, but I want to remind you that keep reading, keep listening to your stories that you guys are listening to, keep on working. I know you guys are doing a wonderful job. Keep sending stuff to me. Your work that you're doing, keep on at it. I know you guys are doing an excellent job with that. I've seen some of your journals. Keep on. I'll talk to you tomorrow.